Well, the Democratic Alliance is this morning marching to the ANC's headquarters at Luthuli House in Johannesburg. This is to demand solutions to the energy crisis. At the same time, the ANC Youth League task team says it will hold its own march outside the governing party's headquarters under the banner, quote-unquote, defend Luthuli House. Mbali Thethani is at Mary Fitzgerald Square. That's in Newtown and Ziyanda Ngcobo at Luthuli House. Let's begin with you, Mbali Thethani. And how are things shaping up at Mary Fitzgerald Square, and why is the DA seeing it necessary to take this particular fight to the headquarters of the governing party?
Well, Oli, I can tell you that supporters of the DA are slowly trickling in here at the Mary Fitzgerald Square, and this is as the party prepares to take its protest outside the headquarters of the ANC at Luthuli House. And I must say that ever since the DA actually announced that they will be taking their protest to the ANC's headquarters, this is something that many people have been criticizing them for, asking them why not take this protest to maybe the Eskom's headquarters, Megawatt Park and Sunninghill, or even take it a step further and actually take their protest to the union buildings. But they say that the ANC is the source of the country's electricity crisis, and it is why that they will be taking this protest directly on the doorstep of the ANC. But I'm going to bring in now Nicholas Nyati. He is the youth leader of the DA in this country. Nicholas, of course, I can see a number of your supporters are in support of this march. It is a protest that is, taking a stand against the country's electricity crisis. And of course, that is going to be reverberated here today.
Yes, that is true, but not only our supporters, but ordinary South Africans have listened to the call and are actually heading the call to say enough is enough. ANC is not just only killing the economy, but they're literally killing our people, especially young people. Because every time you load shed a business, every time you load shed the country, you are actually load shedding jobs, you are load shedding opportunities that young people so deeply need. There are students currently who are told to study online. How are you expected to study online when there's no electricity? So these are ordinary South Africans who are coming together to join the call by the DA to say, let us go and take back our power. And it's historic. In the history of South Africa, it will go down as the day where citizens stood up against an unjust and uncaring government.
And Nicholas, this protest also comes at a time where we've seen the message coming out from Eskom saying that we can expect, or rather they are considering, to permanently put the country on stage 2 and 3 of load shedding for the next 2 years.
And that message tells you that we don't have time. It is now that we need each and every South African, despite your background, despite your political affiliation, but we need South Africans to stand together, not only to complain, but to be part of the solution. And that is why even in the Western Cape, the city has taken initiative to buy electricity directly from suppliers and private suppliers to be able to at least fight this load shedding. And that's what we need. So today is the start of something great. It's the start of a movement that will not only change the fortunes of the DA, but will change the fortunes of many South Africans.
You've been largely criticized, and we also know that the ANC Youth League, as you march to Luthuli House, they are saying that they're going to be defending Luthuli House. Why take your protest to Luthuli House and not to the union buildings or to Megawatt Park?
The ANC Youth League is defending its turn to loot. Remember, in the Youth League, you have groomed to be a future minister who's going to loot state resources. So they are defending their opportunity to loot, and we will not allow that. We are taking the fight to Luthuli House because Luthuli House is a nerve center. It is a crime scene of where all these decisions that are harming the economy, these decisions that are harming the futures of people were taken. So the ANC Youth League is not standing up against the DA. ANC Youth League is actually standing in front of South Africans, saying you do not deserve a better future. And we will not allow that because it is not us. It is the people that are calling this.
All right, thank you very much. That is Nicholas Nyati there, the DA youth leader, saying that, of course, they are taking their fight of load shedding to the nerve center of the ANC, saying that that's actually where such decisions are taken. And we've seen this even in the Eskom situation when it comes to state capture and actually what took place over the past couple of years.
Thethani, thank you very much for that update. Well, let's take you now to the nerve center of the so-called crime scene that's just been described by the DA youth leader. Ziyanda Ngcobo is live for us there. Ziyanda, good morning to you. Luthuli House, how are things shaping up there? The Youth League saying that they want to defend Luthuli House.
Good morning, Xoli. Absolutely. And as I step out of shot, I'll show you visuals of those who have come to defend Luthuli House. That's the banner under which then the ANC Youth League task team is organizing themselves today. You can see some are carrying shambox. And as Mbali has been speaking to Nicholas Inyati, there's been criticism about why the DA has decided to come here. And the ANC Youth League has said that they'll be defending the headquarters of the organization with all that they have. And one wonders what kind of measures have been put in place to ensure that there isn't a clash. The last time the DA marched to the ANC headquarters, Xoli, I think it was in 2014, and there was almost a clash. So we hope that no such will happen. I haven't spotted any of the ANC Youth League leaders just yet, but we understand that they'll be making their way here, ready then for the arrival of the DA. We understand that Luthuli House has said that they've received no letter from the Democratic Alliance insofar as informing them that they'll be coming here to march, and that they're not expecting to receive any kind of memorandum, Oli.
That raises questions then about whether there will be someone to receive that memorandum. Let's leave it there for the time being. My colleagues Ziyanda Ngcobo and Mbali Thethani.